Hello, theme parkneers. Welcome to Theme Park News This Week, where we take your theme park news, summarize it, analyze it, and give it right back to you. I'm Josh.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And we hope you enjoy Theme Park News This Week.
Now up first this week, we have a update to the Walt Disney World theme park reservation website. Now, previously, different types of tickets would not be able to make reservations together, and now that problem has been solved. Anyone with annual passes or just single-day tickets can now make reservations together. A few other needed updates were implemented, such as changing the amount of people who can get reservations together, and this has streamlined the process to make it much easier, especially for people who are making many park passes for many people.
And at the end of the day, this is a really smart move on Disney's part. Getting those locals in and getting that extra traffic is not going to hurt anybody, especially with the extra cash flow in their parks. But also, if it's just easier for locals to get those park passes, on days where there are more reservations available, the locals can come in and enjoy their time in the parks. And that's just as far as the average local goes. Now, thinking about your avid pass holder who goes every day, of course it's not going to change their perspective on the new park pass update, but making it easier for them to get into the parks is definitely just an added bonus for those avid Disney fans out there. At the end of the day, what Disney has really done with this is they've created it to a win-win situation. It's a win for them because more people are able to access their parks in a more streamlined and simpler fashion, and at the end of the day, you're able to use your pass or your ticket a little bit more, and you're able to go to the parks a little bit more. So everybody wins at the end of the day. And speaking of win-win situations, we hope you're enjoying this video so far, and we hope you enjoy theme park news this week. If you'd like to help us make a win-win situation right now, feel free to subscribe and hit the like button so that we can make theme park news next week. While we're on the topic of Disney news this week, there have been some slight changes to Magic Kingdom's fireworks spectacular, Enchantment. The introduction with the soundtrack and pyrotechnics have all been changed a little bit, and our outside sources are calling it the missing link that was needed to bring nostalgia to Enchantment.
Now, I'm personally very excited for these changes that are coming to Enchantment. I'm a big fan of the fireworks heard at Magic Kingdom every night, and personally, I think that it was a needed change. Now, it does surprise me, though, because Disney does not normally change or alter something after they've already put it out into the world. So, after hearing a lot of criticism, I wonder if this change truly came from Disney thinking this was the right move, or if they almost got peer pressured into making the change to satisfy their fans.
You know, it's crazy how fast the news in this industry develops. I feel like just last week I was talking about Cedar Point getting a new coaster and there's already track on site. Now, realistically, that track's been getting shipped for a while now, and it's not just because they made the announcement that the track is there. But the best part about this ride really is the fact that it only has a 42-inch height requirement. This is the perfect addition for any younger enthusiasts who want to start getting into those bigger coasters and aren't really able to yet. And also, it's great for Cedar Point. Last week we talked about how the Grand Pavilion was a great addition to make Cedar Point more of a destination park, but also a family ride is another great way to do it. Because with family rides and a family atmosphere is obviously going to come families. Think of Disney and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, or Space Mountain, or almost any of their rides. Nothing at the Walt Disney World Resort has a height requirement over 48 inches. And at the end of the day, this is actually the best investment Cedar Point could have gotten, because it's going to bring those families in, and it's going to give them a new ride, and it's going to give the park new infrastructure, it's going to make it a bit of a destination, and everything's going to be a bit more marketable for Cedar Point. And going forward, becoming that destination park isn't going to be a one-year thing, but a multi-year process that they've planned out and that they're going to need to execute in the right way to get those families to the roller coaster. And while we're on the topic of Cedar Fair, Knott's Scary Farm has released their entire event lineup. There are going to be 9 houses, starting off with Bloodline 1842, Dark Entities, Dark Ride, Castle of Chaos, Mesmer, Sideshow of the Mind, Origins, The Curse of Calico, Pumpkin Eater, The Depths, The Grimoire, and Waxworks. The Scare Zone lineup will feature 5 unique scare zones, including Carnival, Forsaken Lake, Ghost Town Streets, Goring 20s, and The Hollow. And rounding out the lineup, there will also be 3 shows with Carnival du Grotesque, a death-defying carnival show, Conjurer's Dark Magic, a darker version of a magic show, and Puppet Up Uncensored, the puppets of Jim Henson with improv and adult humor. Let me just tell you, that's an interesting show nonetheless.
Now, I am very excited for this Knott's Scary Farm lineup. I'm always a big fan of the event. However, I am extremely sad not to see Paranormal Inc. on that lineup. She will be missed. Rest in peace. But on a serious note, it is kind of important to talk about the fact that Knott's Berry Farm did confirm that the minor chaperone policy will be in effect for each and every night of Knott's Scary Farm. So no minors will be able to attend the event, unsupervised that is. So I'm very interested to see if this will impact the overall attendance of the event and if the overall population that attends will be more adult. And the last little tidbit of news we have this week is Wild Adventures has begun teasing a new attraction. Now, we're not sure of what this attraction might be or exactly when its opening date is, but that's something we'll just have to sit tight and wait to see. Now, if you have any ideas of what it may be, feel free to leave that down below, and make sure to check back for next week's theme park news this week and see if any reveals come in an upcoming episode. So that brings us to the end of theme park news this week. We really hope that you'll hit that subscribe button and join our Theme Parkeneers family and join us for theme park news next week.